Now, you can read the list of different. Now, before we get into this lesson, what I want you guys to do is to watch a simple video for me, alright? Should I pay attention?
Just change a couple of features with that table.
And create our first table and just change a couple of features with that table. So I'm going to go to Microsoft Access. I'm going to open it up so we can start creating our first table. So we'll see when we open up Access, the first thing it's going to do is we'll open up a current database, or do we want to create a blank database? We can say I want to create a blank database, so I'm going to click on that option. And then I want to specify, before you save it and give it a name, it's a good idea to say where you want to save it. Do you definitely want to save it in that area? So I'm going to go and select a location quickly for where I want to save it by clicking on the browse option. And then when that pops up, I can go to the right whichever place I want to save it. So when I clicked on that little icon over there, this box pops up. You can say where you want to save it. I'm going to save it on my desktop. You give it a nice little name, and here's a little feature. You can save it as older formats if you want. Some of you doing IT, if you want to save it to an MDB, maybe for your Delphi project, you want to save it as the 2003 format, but I'm going to keep it as an ACC for now. So that's where I'm going to save it on my desktop, and that's the name I'm going to give it. I'm going to click OK, and then that'll change all those details there, and all I have to do is click on Create, and therefore I will have my first database open. When it finally opens, there we go, and it will automatically try to ask you to make a table. Okay, so now it's asking me to do it via the datasheet view. I want to rather go to design view. So I'm going to go to design view. It's probably going to ask me to save it first. Okay, so I'm going to give it a name. So let's give it TBL data. Okay, so TBL data, that's the name of my table. I call it TBL because if I got reports or queries, I'm going to give them a different prefix so that I know the difference between what's the table for the data and what's a report for the data. So I will call it TBL data, and here it tries to give me the field names and what type must go into that field name. This is this is the way that we're going to set up these columns at the top. What is going to be at the column and what type of data is going to be in them. So let's go back to the design view. So I'm going to straight away, I don't want this that's already there. I'm going to delete that row. I don't want that. So we'll just delete that. Yes, we'll come to that later. So let's start off with our first name. I'm going to type in the name of my field. Try to keep it to one word. So keep no spaces. And if you need spaces, put it together or put underscores. So I'm going to put first name. Now here under data type, I can select what type of data is going to go in there. So there's a whole list of options. So let's talk about what those options are. So we have different fields, and we can have different types of data that are stored in those fields. And the most common type of data that we'll store in them is short text. So when we've got anything that's limited to 255 characters, maybe a surname, a job title, a phone number. Now, some of you are thinking phone number, that's like a number, but I'll come back to the phone number while we store it as a text. But basically anything that's limited to 255 characters or less. So most of the time you're going to use short text. If you need something that's a bit longer than short text, then there's the long text option. Or not the Mr. Long text, but the long text option. And those are for entries that are longer than 255 characters. Maybe there's some notes or some detailed explanations or like a review that's going to be quite a few paragraphs. Then you maybe want to use the long text. It allows more options there. Then we have a number. Now, that's any number that is used for a mathematical calculation. And the reason why I said we don't use a phone number as a number is because a lot of the times you want a particular format for the phone number. Maybe you want like the international format of +27, and that's better to use as text. Also, you're never going to do mathematical calculations on a phone number. You're never going to take all the phone numbers and +3 onto them or find the average phone number. And you just need it as a set of numbers. So that's why we keep that as text. Also because sometimes your phone number has a 0 in front. And if you make it a number, then it's going to take that 0 away. Whatever. If you want to keep that 0 there, you need to keep it as short text. So numbers for anything that you want to keep for like what grade you're in maybe, or if you want to find how many times someone broke a record, some sort of detail like that. That's a number you would use for your data type for that. Then we have a date or time. That's
We have three right here. Now the first one is somebody. design view. The second one,
Create a table using design view.
and number 3.
Apply the types of view.
Good. Now before this lesson ends, these 3 objectives must be met, right? Good. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is the steps to create our force database, alright? So on your computer system, you can, like the video said, the first thing we need to do is open up database software. And the database software that we are using is called Microsoft Access. What is it called? Microsoft Access. Remember when we did spreadsheet, we used Microsoft Excel? Good. Now we're using Microsoft Access for database software. Now when you open up Microsoft Access, you will be led to a screen. And you guys see blank database. So all you need to do, the first thing you need to do is to click on a blank database. And like the video says, you need to put in a name for that database. So on screen, as you can see, the file name is My Force Exercise, and in brackets you put your name, and then you click create. So everyone can go ahead and do that. Thing we need to do is to follow our 4-step to create our force table in Microsoft Access. Now, the instruction screen says locate and click on table fields tab and look on the left hand side, which is this side, and select view. Look on screen on this screenshot. You see file, the file tab, and do you see view here on the left hand side? Everybody see view? Now all you need to do is to click it to navigate to either data sheet view or click it. Data sheet or design view will come up. It come up?
Yes, sir.
Now you'll see 2 options, data sheet view and design view. And the one we will be looking at is the design view. Now first of all, before we click on it, you may be wondering, so what is the difference between those 2 views? Now who can tell me what you guys think is data sheet view or design view? Yes, Kuna.
The foundation is table, like when I make a house, a foundation.
Okay. Now what about design view? Good. So you guys have an understanding what it is about. Now let's see the definition itself. As you can see, what is data sheet view?
Allows you to enter raw data into your database field.
And design view.
Allows you to enter fields, data types, and description.
Good. Now, so everybody click on design view for me. Everybody click it. Click on design view for me. Let us see. And when you click on design view, you will have a small pop-up menu that wants you to enter the name for that specific table. Everybody has it?
Yes.
Now the name of that table will be customer, like just like how it is on screen, and you click OK. So when you finish typing customer, just click OK. Everybody finished? Good. Now our 4th step, you will notice table name comes here, then you have field name and data type on your computer screen. Is that so?
Yes, sir.
Now on screen here is our force field name, and then we have the data type. Now in that video, now as you can see here, we have somebody force in the last name. And think about it, if you have typed somebody force in the last name, what data type would you put? Numbers? What will you put? What about if you want to put the age? Good. Like how we have here, see, as you can see, the force name, field name, CID, we put anything like short text, and then we give it a description. CID actually is your customer's ID number, and naturally the force name will be short text and the description, the last name and the force name, right? So you guys can go ahead and type this quickly. Now, everybody's here, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what we need to do is to change our view again to type data inside this table that we just created, right? So what we need to do is to go back to the view So you need to go back to view on your left hand side here, right? And since we're on design view, we need to click the next one, which is data sheet view, right? So when you click it, it will give you a prompt to save your table. You need to click yes. Everyone click yes. And when you click yes, this on screen here is the data that you need to type inside your table. So you guys can go ahead and type quickly on your data entry. Now to enter data inside of this is just like Excel. Okay, we need to just click inside them and you will automatically you have to type it, right? You just click inside and you type. When you finish, just say so.
What is this? I can't find it. I can't understand how to use it. This is how I find it exactly. This is my presentation. No. And you need to get it still done correctly. And I want to still around a scrap and scrap manner. Tell you the first steps of this. So you're going to write it back and properly organize this thing. Here, get it done now. I want a proper file. Here's what's going on here with you as well. This is what? You get pens. I want you to write on your pencil and give it to me. You don't have a pen?
Everyone get it through so far? I can see Yamona, Tanisha, already finished.
Please,
Very good. Do right? See this small X at the top there? At customer, what you can do is just click it. Just click it and you will see the small X at the top.
So like I don't have
Of course. If you don't have the X, all you need to do is go at the top and right click. Go at the top and right click and click close. And it will close. See that? Everyone did that? Good. What you just did, you successfully completed creating your force table in Microsoft Access, right? Now to end this lesson off, we're going to do a Kahoot quiz. Sorry, Kahoot, and wait on your pin, right?
I want you to write on until you write on proper writing paper. Rachel, do you have a file? Okay.
I'm going to start it.
File, do you have a file?
Wait on the pin. And your pin is 775-1701. Quickly. Now please put your correct name. So Malaki is here, Tyler is here, Anthony is here. Fighting. Everybody there? Good. Y'all ready? Good. Let's see. First question. 3, 2, 1. Now, in Microsoft Access, which view allows you to enter the actual row and read inside your table. Go. So everybody got that one correct. Give yourself a clap. Good, y'all learning. Next question. Now let's see the scoreboard. Who picked it more fast? My right did. Remember, you get more scored how fast you put in the answer than anybody else. So as soon as you think of, when creating the customer table in design view, which of these 3 things you need to enter for each field? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, yeah, okay. Somebody put row height, column width, and font color. But 8 of you got that correct. 95% of you got it right. Let's see. Malika is still in the lead. Anthony needs to catch up. Next question. According to the lesson, what is the very first step we need to do in creating a new table structure? Quickly. And good. Now let's see who win. Yeah, who win?
Malaika.
In third place, we get Tyler, give me a clap. Then we have Antonio. And then we have Malaika won it. So give her a clap. So that brings us to the end of this lesson. Now, thank you guys for participating. Until next time, right?